Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Java Classified. In previous video, I have already shown you how to set up the Kafka using Java beans and producing a simple messages. In this video, I will show you how to configure the Kafka using Java beans and producing a simple JSON message on the Kafka topic. So for producing the JSON message and configuring the Kafka using Java beans, we need to create a project. So for creating the projects, I'm going to Chrome browser. I have already opened the Chrome browser, so let's go to Spring Initializer for creating the projects. Yeah, here selecting the language as a Java and project as a Maven projects and selecting the Spring Boot version 3.5.0 snapshot, and we are going to provide the group ID Kafka JSON JSON produce produces message. Let's define here produce JSON message Kafka using produce configure 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 Kafka using Java beans produce JSON message, and we are going to define in description as a here we are going to removing this one. Now selecting the package as a jar and Java version as a 21. Let's add the dependency. So I'm going to add dependency as a Spring Web. Now we are going to add Kafka. You can explore added the dependency in the explore button. Now let's close it and generate the projects. Once the project generated, then we will copy these projects in our already created folders, inter interview program folders. Let's copy it. Let's open IntelliJ. I have already opened the IntelliJ. You just see here in the IntelliJ. Yeah, our project has been visible. Let's go to pom.xml. Right click the pom.xml and click add as a Maven projects. And now all the dependencies are going to download. Let's wait until all the dependencies has not been downloaded. So let's go to our C drive and run the Kafka until all the dependencies has not been downloaded. So going to C, C drive temp folder. First I'm going to delete all the logs of Kafka and Zookeeper. So there is a folder available temp. In the temp folder there are two folders already available, Kafka logs and Zookeeper. So selecting both the folders and deleting it. Now let's go to our Kafka folders. If you have not seen my previous video, you can see my previous video. I have already explained how to set up the Kafka. So I'm going to Kafka folder, opening the CMD. In here, first we are going to run the Zookeeper. Once the Zookeeper is run, then we need to run Kafka. So first I'm going to running the Zookeeper by using the command bin windows zookeeper server start.bat file and config zookeeper property. Once the zookeeper is up, then we will run the Kafka. Let's wait until the zookeeper is not up. Let's also check the our our projects. Yeah, our uh, our projects dependencies has been downloaded. Let's go to application.property file, rename it as a YAML because I'm very comfortable to write the YAML file. So that's why I am going to renaming it. Now let's define all the properties. So here copying this project's name and defining Spring application colon name. In the name we are passing our project's name. Also defining the Kafka server colon dot port. Here we are defining the port number as a 9070. Let's define the topic. Here defining the JSON Kafka. Here defining the bootstrap server. Bootstrap servers. Servers here defining the bootstrap server localhost 9092 and defining the topic name. We are going to create only one topic, so I'm going to define only one topic as a JSON topic. Now let's define the partitions as well. Partitions as well for, and let's define the replication factor as well. Replication factors. In the replication factor we are going to define one because I will run only one Kafka server, so that's why if you have configured multiple brokers, then you can define multiple replication factor in here. So let's go to our Kafka folder and opening another CMD. Here we are going to run our Kafka. So I'm going to bin Windows and Kafka server start.bat file. Let's add the server property. Enter it. Once the Kafka is up, then we will. So here we have defined the replication factor one servers. Now JSON topic. So let's go to our Java src main Java folder. Here we are going to define the package dot config. Let's also define the service as well. Here we are going to define service package. Let's define the DTO as well. DTO. Let's define controller package as well. Now let's configure the Kafka first one. So here we are going to define Kafka configuration. In the class label annotation, we are going to add configuration. Now here we are going to define application. So here we are going to add public produce config, produce config here. Here we are defining map, string, object, and here map object we are defining map object colon new hash map, importing the class. Let's see our Kafka is up or not. Yeah, our Kafka is up. So let's open our offset explorer as well meanwhile. So now let's come to our IntelliJ. Here we are going to define the object dot put here produce config producer config dot bootstrap server config. Here let's create a class Kafka details as a component. Here we are going to add as a component in the class label and adding as a configuration property. In the configuration property, let's define in Kafka. So you can see here we have defined the Kafka. So I'm going to define same same variable as a defined in the application property as a key. So going to define here private string variable. Also we are going to define private integer. Let's go to our YAML file. You can see topic name. So topic name as a string. So we are going to change as a string. Also we are going to define partitions, private, integer. Here we are going to application YAML file. Here defining the partitions. So also define partitions. Now we are going to define private, sort. Here we are going to define replication factor. So let's generate the getter and setter. So right click in this class. Where is my cursor? My cursor is not visible. Yeah, now visible. Let's right click here and click the generate. Going to setter and getter. Select all the property. Click OK. Now all the properties has been generated here. Let's go to our Kafka configuration. Here let's define public final Kafka details. Add at the rate auto wire. Now let's get the property of the bootstrap server. Get bootstrap server. Now let's define object property dot put. Here we are going to define producer config dot key JSON serialization. So here we are going to define string serialization dot class. Now let's define object put producer config dot value serializer class config. Just 1 minute, I think. Value serializer class. Let's define value serializer class. Serializer class. Here we are going to define JSON string serializer. What happened here? JSON serializer dot class. Now let's return it. Return new default Kafka producer. Here we are going to define. Now it is fine. Let's here define producer factory. In the producer factory we are going to define a string. Now object. Let's Kafka template. In the Kafka template we are going to define public Kafka template. In the Kafka template we are going to define a string comma our. Let's create a DTO, employee DTO, like that, employee, yeah, or student DTO. So let's define in the student DTO in here Kafka configuration. So student DTO. Now Kafka template. Here return new Kafka template. In the Kafka template we are going to pass producer config. What happened here? Okay, here we need to pass student DTO as well. Now that is fine. Let's add the bean annotation in the method layer. So here adding as a bean. In the above also we are going to add as a bean. Now let's create the topic. So here new topic create. topic. So in the topic creation, we are going to return it new topic. In the topic name, we are going to define Kafka topic get topic name, comma, Kafka topic dot get partitions, comma, Kafka topic get replication factor. Add at the rate bean annotation in the in this method. So our Kafka configuration has been done. So let's go to our service. In the service, we are going to create a class producer service. In the producer service, we are going to add at the rate service annotation on the class level, and here we are going to auto add the Kafka template. Here defining Kafka and employee DTO. Sorry, student DTO. Student DTO. Kafka template. Let's auto add it. Now here defining the produce method void produce message. So here defining student DTO student type. Now we are also going to auto wire Kafka detail at the rate auto wire we are going to add here. So let's get the topic name in here public void producing the messages on the Kafka topic. So Kafka topic, not this one. I need to produce the messages on the Kafka, so I'm going to use Kafka template that send. In here, we are going to pass Kafka get topic, comma our data. Now it is produced, and let's print a message on the console by using system out dot println student data has been produced produced on the Kafka topic. Now let's go to our controller. In the controller layer, we are going to create a method and endpoints. So here the student controller. In the class level, we are going to define at the rate rest controller, and here we are going to define response entity as a string student produce message. So here adding at the rate request body and student DTO. Now let's auto add the Kafka producer service. So defining private Kafka producer service. The, that is the class name as a producer service. So going to create object of this one by using auto wire. So let's producing the messages that, that produce and passing the student data and returning here new response entity. In the response entity, we are passing the message data has been produced on Kafka topic, comma student, comma http http status dot ok. Now let's define the post method at the rate post In the Postman, we are going to define a student. Now, let's define the field in the student DTO private long student ID, comma private string student name, comma private string student address. Let's define private string subject. Now we are going to define only four field in here. Let's generate the setter and getter and two string method as well. So here selecting all the fields, generating it, all the setter getter has been generated. Let's generate two string as well. Now it is generated. Let's run our project. So I'm going to main method, right click here, running it. I'm going to our Kafka. You can see it is going to connect. There is no topic appear here right now. Once the application is up, our topic will be created. Let's wait until our application is not up. I hope our application will run smoothly in the first time. This project's information I will provide in the description. You can check description box. And if you are facing any issue, you can watch my previous video and Kafka setup as well. So let's wait. Our application is not up. Yeah, you can. What happening here? Let's check. Yeah, now you can check our application is up. Let's refresh topic in the Offset Explorer. So by refreshing, you will see what happening. Okay, let's refresh again. What happened here? Kafka. Okay, there is issue in here. So let's wait. Timeout waiting for creating results. Okay, okay. Our our local Kafka is not responding properly, so that's why. Let's check now. Refreshing it. Now it is created. You can see here all the partitions has been created, which is defined in the property file. You can see in the property file. Where is our property file? Here you can see we have defined the five partitions, so that it is created five partitions. So I in the YAML file we have defined Kafka bootstrap servers, topic name, partitions, replication factor. Now I have serv- created a Kafka configuration. In the Kafka configurations, I have added all the Kafka configuration related things like get bootstrap servers information and key serializer, and I have created the topic name by using new topic class. You can see here this is a class. So let's produce the messages. So I'm going to open our Postman. What happening here? Now I'm going to again opening the Postman. So in the Kafka configuration, I have configured Kafka related things, and in the Kafka topic, we have reading the data from the application YAML file like bootstrap server topic name partitions. Based on our requirement, we can change the topic name bootstrap server URL in the YAML. No need to change in the Java class files. And also we have created a student DTO. In this DTO, we have taken student ID, student name, student address. Now in the producer service, we have created a method. In this method, we have producing the messages on the Kafka topic of the student type data. In the student controller, we have created a REST endpoint. In this REST endpoints, by using this REST endpoints, you can produce the data on the Kafka topic. So let's wait what happened here. Why it is not running properly? Our Yeah, it is going to open. Let's wait until it is not open. In upcoming video, I will show you how to configure Docker Kafka in our local application, Spring Boot local application. So what happening here? Let's here defining our. It is not responding. Let's wait until it's getting response. So here we are going to define a student. Let's open another request endpoints. So here HTTP localhost colon. Let's see in the property.yaml file what is the port 99070. So I'm going to define 9070 colon student, changing the get to post method, going to body, selecting the raw. In the raw we are going to what happening, not, yeah, now it is selected. Let's define all the property of the student type like student id. So we are going to define student. In the student we are going to pass one, and we are going to define a student name colon as a java. Now let's define student address. Here going to define student address as a Pune. Now let's define student subject. So in the subjects we are going to define java. Going to define name, we are going to change as a Ravi, and subject as a java. So let's produce and see what happened. So I have produced it. Let's wait. It is getting error 500. Let's check our application console. In the application console, why it is not going null? It is giving the null Apache common producer root created raw. Okay, JSON. Okay, why it is not taking the data? Why it is not going to run? So going to help Windows layout default. What happened here? So again I'm going to click menu icon, Windows layout, restore current layout. What happened here? Okay, where is my console? I'm not able to see my console. So let's check in the configuration JSON. It is going to com dot faster XML Jackson data bind. So it will not. I have not added the data. Jackson data bind, so that's right. So I'm going to removing this one Jackson data bind, and we are going to add Kafka. Where is Kafka? Second one. org Spring Framework Kafka support serializer. Now that is fine. Let's run it again. Stopping the application and running again, and we will check the same data again for producing on the Kafka. So let's wait until our application is not up. Now our application is up. Let's produce the messages again. Let's first you will see there is no message available in here. Let's going to change byte array to string, updating it. Now you can see in the topic going to data producing it, playing it. There is no data available. Now going to producing the messages. Now you can see all the data has been produced on the Kafka topic. So in the configuration type, you must check what type of JSON serializer you have used in here. So if you are using da- da- data bind JSON serializer, so you need to add the dependencies. But I have not used to the data binding JSON serializer. I have used Kafka supports serializer, so that's why I have not added the data bind data serializer dependency in the pom.xml. So make sure in the configuration time what type of JSON serializer you are using. In the description, provide the provide the application GitHub link URL. You can download the projects and import in the IntelliJ and run it in your local system after running the Kafka. So you can see in here, let's play the button. You can see this data is appear in here. So part checking, you can click here, and in the below section you will see our data key. In the key there is no data. Offset Explorer, you can see partitions in which partition the data is produced. So you can check in the partition section. In the partition section you have see partition 1 partition 1 data has been produced. In upcoming video I will show you how to connect the Kafka which is running on the Docker by using Spring Boot. Thank you for watching my video. If you like my video, you can subscribe my channel so you will get the further update in the upcoming session. Thank you.